Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Tierra and I am here for a 1-month postpartum update. So I'm here to give you guys all of the updates on everything I've been Googling over the last month, and yeah, for me and Cam. So I'm just gonna jump right into this video because, as you guys can guess, I'm sure Camden is asleep. So I'm trying to hurry up so he doesn't wake up wanting to eat while I'm doing this video. Okay, so first of all, I already told you guys that Cam was born at 7 pounds and 4.4 ounces, right? So at the 1 week appointment, he was 7 pounds and 8 ounces. So, you know, after you leave the hospital, you peep it at me now. I don't know if y'all can hear him, but after you leave the hospital and, you know, you go to the doctor's appointment for the weigh-in, he had dropped down to like 6 pounds 11 ounces or 6 pounds 13 ounces. And then I went back again after a week for his 1 week to 2 week appointment, and he was 7 pounds 8 ounces. Then we had to go back again because he had thrush. I know. And he also had like a diaper rash, which is a symptom of thrush. It was like the A&D ointment wasn't working, and A&D is my holy grail, and it wasn't working. So it let me know that was thrush, and I saw like the little spots on his tongue, and there's kind of like a little, like a whitish cast around his lips kind of. So it didn't get super bad to the point that he couldn't eat or anything, or that I was in like a lot of pain, but yeah, so he got treated for that. When he went to that appointment, he was 8 pounds and 8 ounces, and that was like at two weeks old. So yeah, he got treated for that. The doctor prescribed, I forget how to say it, nystatin. I think that's how you say it, nystatin. It's the oral medication, and also the nystatin cream for his bottom. Now, we mixed the nystatin cream with the A&D ointment so that we could use it every single time we changed his pamper, and that is what made the rash go away, because using it 3 times a day was not doing the trick. Just FYI, if you mommies have that same issue. Also, at that appointment, I mentioned to the doctor that he was like spitting up and throwing up a lot. It was coming out of his nose. Same situation with Taylor. So she went ahead and prescribed the ranitidine, which is Zantac. She went ahead and prescribed that. He's taking 0.5 milliliters. She prescribed it for 3 times a day, but I asked her, I was like, can he take it 3 times a day with, you know, the kidney concern? And she instructed me to ask the pharmacist. So I asked the pharmacist said to give it to him twice a day. So I just waited till we got to the appointment with the nephrologist and urologist, and I just asked him if it would be okay for him to take the medication, and he ended up telling me he didn't care, like that was completely fine. So that was that. He has been sleeping in his rock and play, I'll say 50% of the time, not even going to front. 50% of the time he's in a rock and play. The other 50% of the time he's in a bed with us. As you guys know, I do nurse. So if you have never ever nursed before, you know how easy it is to roll over on your side and just nurse your baby. I don't like just roll over or whatever. We like actually hold him, or like we'll fall asleep while he's I'll fall asleep while he's nursing, and then I'll just wake up again and he's like right there still. So that is kind of what we've been doing. However, we do try to use the rock and play with Taylor. We didn't use it at all, because we tried everything. We couldn't use it because she had the acid reflux. Again, we do have the same issue with him. I've kind of watched him though, and his choking is not as extreme as Taylor's was. Like Taylor was like literally scaring me when she choked. He always seems to like get it under control without me having to intervene. I do have to suction out his nose and stuff like that sometimes, and I'm gonna do a newborn favorites video as well to let you guys know some of the favorite items I've been using for me and him actually. So yeah, that's that. And I actually got our rock and play from, I guess I should be in the favorites video. Yeah, I'll put that in the favorites video. So his umbilical cord fell off like super early, like at 1 week. exactly 1 week his umbilical cord fell off, so it wasn't completely healed. It was like yellow on the inside of his belly button. The doctor said that was completely normal. I asked her at his 1 week appointment. She said it was normal. It would continue to heal. Just keep it dry. So that's what we did. Of course, I was nervous because, you know, boys, they pee everywhere. So yeah, just had to keep it dry. And yeah, that was that. It is completely healed now. I feel like it took longer to heal because the little stub thing fell off early. So I do think it took longer to heal. So I don't think it was completely healed until like 3 weeks old. So that's when he actually got his first bath. He poops like all of the time, and you guys are gonna see that in my upcoming vlog, or the vlog I just posted. Like, he poops all the time. So I could be changing him and he'll poop. I could like put on a new pamper and he's like good to go and he'll poop. Like, he poops all the time, like all of the time. He does not really have blowouts, knock on wood. I'm just not somewhere, because Lord, ain't nobody got time for that. He's only had about 1 blowout. He did have this like really foamy looking poop at 1 to 2 weeks. I ended up calling the lactation consultant to inquire about it. She said she wouldn't worry about it. It was probably from the medication that he was taking, or that I was taking for the whole yeast and thrush situation. So she said not to worry about it. He literally only had it once or twice, and then it went back to normal. It was still like the yellow, that bright or mustard yellow color. It was just a little foamy, and it was a lot of it. Like, yeah, so that only happened, like I said, once or twice. He passes gas a lot, like a grown man. Like, he passes gas a lot. So that's another, yeah, I'm not gonna say much about that. Just pass the gas a lot. He also grunts a lot. Every time he's grunting, he's either about to pass gas, he's about to throw up, or he's about to poop. But he grunts a lot. And I'm sure you guys have heard it. It kind of sounds like he's clearing his throat. Yeah, he does that a lot. And I think Taylor did that too when she was a baby, like when she would first wake up. So yeah. He's so sweet and he's so big. I'm gonna show you guys. Like, he's gotten so big and he's only 1 month. Another thing that I had to Google the other day was his jaw trembling. I noticed that. Again, I think it was something that Taylor had too, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. I Googled it and they said that it's kind of normal as long as it's not happening like frequently to the point that it's like there's a rhythm to it or something. So it doesn't happen that often, like only when he is, I noticed it when he was nursing, like he was falling asleep kind of. It says it has something to do with his neurological system developing and stuff. So that's what I read on that. He had a very like, I wouldn't even call it cradle cap. I kind of did my job to prevent that. So what I did was put like some oil in his head. I used coconut oil. I started using jojoba oil, but it was like, the smell was a little strong, so I stopped using that. I used coconut oil to kind of like get the stuff on his scalp, to get it like soft or loose, and then I'll just take a baby comb and I'll just comb his scalp, and the stuff will like come right up. So yeah, he had a little bit of that in the scalp and I did get that out. Taylor is so in love with this boy. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you guys have seen, she is so in love with her brother. Like, she cannot stay out of his face. She has to kiss him. She has to touch him. Her hands are like super cold sometimes. I'm like, Taylor, your hands are too cold. She wants to hold him. She prefers to hold him up on her shoulder like mommy does. So what I do to like kind of let her have that mommy feel is I'll like sit her in my lap, and then I'll hold him, and I'll just like, she'll put her arms around him so she'll feel as though she's holding him up on her shoulder, but I'm really holding him. But she loves that. I had to constantly redirect her and tell her, you know, get out of his face, leave him alone, especially while he's eating and sleeping. It was really annoying the first week because, you know, I'm trying to get accustomed to like nursing him and getting him to latch on, and it freaking hurts like so bad when they latch on that first week. So that was kind of annoying because she kept like messing with him, which would distract him a little bit. And yeah, so but she's such a helper. She's so helpful. She goes to get everything, down to socks, bibs, like literally everything. So she loves being a big sister so much. And it's kind of what I expected, but not to this extent. She's like over the top excited. So when we left the hospital, Taylor actually had a cold. So from being in the hospital, of course, for those 2 days while I was having a baby and stuff, it was cold in there. So she came down with a little cold, and I noticed it because I could tell in her eyes whenever she gets sick. And so she didn't have a fever because the doctors say that it's a fever when it's 100.4 or above, and it never got to that extent. It was like the highest it was like 100.1. So she didn't have like a fever, but I was very, very nervous about that, y'all, because I didn't want her to get him sick. And I'm like, God, please don't let him get sick. Because, you know, if a baby comes down with a fever, like you have to automatically go back to the hospital. There's nothing you can give him. So that made me very nervous. So I had her wearing a mask on her face to kind of like keep him from getting sick. I was able to grab some of the little kid masks from her doctor's office, or their doctor's office, so that was perfect. Okay, also the first week, like I said, when I was nursing, it was so painful. I think I broke down crying like one time because the pain was like so severe, but I just kept telling myself like, Tierra, if you can just get through this week, just get through this week and you'll be fine. And that is like literally the case. Like we got through that week and we was fine. When we first started nursing, he preferred to nurse on this side, and this side he did not like want to latch onto. But I just kept trying. So every feeding, I would switch him from one side to the other. So like one feeding I would feed him on the left side, and then the next feeding I would feed him on the right side. So I just kept doing that. When he was first born, and again he was having difficulty latching on, or he was so tired, they instructed me in the hospital to just give him those drops of colostrum. I think that's how you pronounce it. So they said that basically 10 drops equaled one feeding. But in the hospital, like his stomach was so small, it was like literally the size of a grape. So you can imagine 10 drops is probably a lot. So that's what I did there. But breastfeeding is going great. We haven't had any issues besides the thrush, but my milk supply has not been affected. I've already started pumping milk. Like my first week home, I was already pumping like up to 4 ounces of milk. So that's good. And I just pumped again for like after getting over the whole thrush period. I just pumped again. So he's gonna have his first bottle tonight actually. So he has not had the bottle at all since being born. I feel as though he eats like literally every 2 hours on a diet, to the point I feel as though like, has it been 2 hours? Like geez, like it seems so frequent. But yeah, we're doing well with that. So as far as me, when I went into labor, I was 178 pounds. Ugh, I know. But since then I've dropped 18 pounds. I didn't get on the scale this morning, but I'm down to 160, and I am hoping that I can get to like 150 before I even start working out. So I'm gonna like really start switching up my diet. What I have been doing though that has been super helpful, like y'all, I've been raving about this so much on Instagram, my Instagram stories and stuff, because it has seriously like helped and changed the game, because I was so tired. I felt like a zombie. So I started drinking my keto coffee, and it helps with like mental clarity, energy, and it's also fat burning. So when I first started drinking it, the first week I drank it, I lost like 6 pounds. So I love it so much. It tastes so good, and I actually missed it during pregnancy. I probably could have drunk it during pregnancy, but I had so much going on with his kidneys and stuff. I just was like, I'm not taking nothing. Like I wasn't drinking anything but like water, because I felt, you know, kidney, you know, I just thought that I could help by drinking water. But yeah, I started back drinking that. I actually again asked the lactation consultant if it was okay, and she said that basically the caffeine that is in my keto coffee is equivalent to caffeine from regular coffee, and then it has like all of those added fats, those good fats and stuff, so it's very helpful. And I actually think it helps my milk supply, because I notice like when I drink it, my breast will fill up. So love that, love, 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 love it. Like, y'all, it's a lifesaver. I have to have it every morning. So that, I also inquired about the hair, skin, and nail vitamins when I was in the hospital. So I asked the lactation consultant there, because after having Taylor, like my edges was like straight gone. Like I still don't think they came back all the way after having her. So I wanted to avoid that as much as possible, and so I've started to take my hair, skin, and nail vitamins to kind of combat my hair breaking off or having a whole bunch of shedding, like when I go to wash my hair and stuff like that. I want to avoid that as much as possible. Oh, so once I came home from the hospital, from having all of those fluids in me from the IV during my from the time I had my epidural to the time he actually came, my freaking feet were so swollen, y'all. I'm like, it was so ugly. I was like, who is this? Like, please let my feet go back to normal. I was scared, like, please let these legs, these ankles go back to normal. And they did. So after a week, the swelling went down and it was like completely back to normal. But my feet were so swollen and it felt disgusting. I was also having like pain here and there. I did have to get stitches. I don't know how many stitches I had to get, but the stitches were a little painful. They did give me some spray to use to kind of like numb the area. Again, I'll show that in the video, the newborn favorites video. I actually got that from the hospital, but I'm sure you can purchase it over the counter. So that was fine. I've also been feeling like I have like literally nothing to wear. It doesn't help that the season is changing. I want to go purchase some more clothes, but then it's like I'm not at the size that I want to be, so why would I do that? So I've literally been still wearing tights. Thankfully I do have like some loose fitting sweaters that I had prior to getting pregnant and like last fall and stuff, because I was planning on getting pregnant. But yeah, so I still have those. I have been in a great mood. Like I haven't had any like postpartum issues or anything like that, thank God. Like as far as depression and stuff, I've been in a great mood, partially because of the keto coffee, but also because like my husband is great. He's been so helpful, like from the time I was pregnant even up till now, he's been so helpful. But I am like 99.9% sure that this is our last baby, okay? Because woo, 2 babies are not a joke. Whoever said, like all those people who said the age 3 and a newborn is a good amount of time apart, like you lied. You lied. Like I don't know if it's because I'm home with both of them or if it's because you know, she loves him so much, she's so helpful. I don't know, but no, y'all lied. It's not like bad or anything like that, but it's definitely not a walk in the park. It's like, I don't know how people have more than 3 kids. Like somebody is not taking a bath. Like somebody cannot be taking a bath, because I don't know how everybody is keeping their life together with more than 3 kids. So it's crazy. I have been also, like I said, I was super tired before I started taking the keto coffee. It has gotten better over time, of course, and his sleeping has gotten better. So some nights he would stay up between like the hours of 12 and 2, but like lately he's been doing pretty well. And what was bad about that was that I actually went to bed at 12. Like that's the time I normally go to bed anyway, and then I wake up for my calls with my team at 5:30 a.m. So you can imagine him staying up from 12 to 2. Like that would really throw me off, because I had to get up in like what, 3 hours. So yeah. But that is pretty much everything, y'all. That's everything I can think of. I'm gonna show you him. I call him Stinky Man, because he, like I said, he's always pooping and passing gas. So his nickname is Stinky Man, and he's so chunky. So I'm gonna show you guys him. And if you guys have questions about anything, leave them down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because like I said, I'm gonna do my newborn favorites or newborn must-haves whichever one I decide to do. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe and let me show you this chunky guy. I love him so much. Y'all, I love him so much, okay? This is my son. I get it, y'all. I get the son. Look at my chunky. Look, he has a... I think he stinks right now, y'all. Like, I think he has a poopy diaper right now. Yeah, look how chunky he is. Look how chunky my guy is. He gonna wake up? Y'all hear that grunting? Chunks. Yo, and he's solid. Like, he's so heavy, y'all. Like, I try to carry him in a little body carrier. Baby, like, he is so heavy. Look how big he is, y'all. Like, look. Oh, he's so heavy. Like, he has to be about 12 pounds now. Like, seriously. Look. Look at the camera, chunky man. You finally got your eyes open? Oh, see? Oh my goodness, Cam.